Stay back!
David, shut up!
That's Nate. That's 9. That's 10. That's 11.
He waited 12 long seconds. Nothing happened to his body, so he finally stepped back from the ledge. A drop of zombie blood had splashed into his mouth, and if he started turning after 12 seconds, he was ready to jump to his death. Better that than risk infecting his family. Just then, the helicopter finally arrived, but waves of zombies came charging as well. To buy his family time, he braced himself against the door with all his strength. The glass shattered under the zombies' force, but luckily he had protective gear on his arm. When he saw his family make it onto the chopper and soldiers covering him with gunfire, Pitt let go of the door and sprinted. The zombies were right on his heels, but under heavy gunfire from the soldiers, he managed to leap onto the helicopter. As the chopper lifted off, the crew kept firing. Out of nowhere, a zombie hurled itself at the aircraft and latched onto the fuselage. The soldiers unloaded round after round, then kicked it off into the void. Only then did they finally leave that nightmare behind. High in the air, everyone could breathe again. The entire city below had already fallen. Pitt and his family were taken to a U.S. aircraft carrier, where he was brought to his superior, the UN Deputy Secretary General. After making sure his family had a safe room, Pitt was told the grim news. The President of the United States had been infected. This carrier was now the seat of the provisional government. On board was a virologist, and their urgent mission was clear: head to South Korea and find the source of the outbreak. Only by tracing it back might a vaccine be possible. If Pitt wanted his family to remain safe on the ship, he had no choice but to go with the military to Korea. But when they reached the airfield, the place was pitch black, with no control tower to guide them in. It was clear the base had already been lost. The soldiers carefully escorted Pitt and the scientist off the plane when suddenly a zombie lunged from the darkness, tearing into 2 soldiers on the spot. Luckily, troops from the garrison rushed in, firing as they pulled the group to safety. Fighting their way through, they finally made it inside the base. The soldiers led Pitt into a charred, smoke-stained room. Pointing to the ashes on a cot, they explained, that used to be the base doctor. Ever since he'd returned from a war zone, he started biting people. The troops had spent a fortune in ammo just to put down everyone who got infected inside that room. Pitt wanted to keep investigating, but every record and clue had been burned.